Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. We have a full body conditioning workout today. So we're going to start off with a nice body weight warm-up. For equipment today, we'll need a couple things. Specifically, I will be using bands for the most part for most of the stuff. I will give you guys dumbbell options, and especially if you are low impact, if you're not going to be jumping, you might want to have those dumbbells close to make these exercises a little bit harder, optional of course. And then we are going to be doing that high impact stuff because today's all about the conditioning and cardio. So put your shoes on if you do not have them on already so that you have that additional support for your feet, your ankles, your knees, your hips, the whole thing. Let's do this with this warm up. You guys can come to the end of your mat, standing hip width apart in your feet. Soft knees. We'll keep the legs straight. Bring our hands down to the floor and start off with this nice walk out. When you get down to the bottom, we'll step in and open up towards that knee. We shall close and do that same thing on the other side. And then we will walk right back up, keeping those hips lifted high all the way up. When you get to the top here, we're going to go through that side bend. So extend those arms up and we'll bend over to one side, over to the other side, and then we shall go back down, and you guys are going through 4 more of these to make it 5 total. So let's do it into that second one. Again, stepping in as close as we can to our hand, preferably getting that foot beside your hand, but not forcing anything because you are most likely feeling a little bit tight. You'll get looser as you go through each one. And again, we are doing 5 of them. So I'll let you guys take your sweet time as you go through 3 more of those. And we'll see again if we can make that feel a little bit more comfortable as we go through those reps. Maybe getting that foot slightly closer to your hand, but never forcing anything, especially not on the first movement, okay? Okay, so we'll go through 5 of those. You guys probably have 1 more to go. As you come to an end on that one, we are standing for the next one. We're going to work with our leg swings. So you guys can position yourself close to something that you can hold on to and use this wall over here. And we are going to be swinging our leg forward and backward. There and back is 1. You will do 10 this way with the forward and the backward. And then we are going to turn and face whatever we're holding on to, and then swing the leg across side to side. There and back is 1, same 10 total. So we'll do this on both sides. Again, you can start with really whatever one, doesn't matter, forward, back, side to side, but we have to do them both, trying to keep the entire body as still as possible. Just swinging this leg with whatever range we have. So you might not get it so high or so far back, and that's completely fine. It's up to you guys and how big that kick is, that leg swing. But we'll go through that, and there and back. 1, 10, through both directions on both legs, of course. Of course. And then you should be feeling a little bit and or a lot more loose in your hips by the end of that. We're going to bring you down onto the floor for the next one, which is going to be a bird dog. So we're going down into our all-4 position. So we'll finish up those leg swings. And then when we get down here, making sure those shoulders are stacked over the wrists, the hips are stacked over the knees. Before we do anything, we're going to do a bit of a crunch. So I want you to kind of bring your belly button into your spine here, and that is to help us prevent any kind of arching that wants to happen in our back as we extend our opposite arm and leg. So you can lift up your right arm, left leg, and again, I'm trying to keep that core tight so that my back does not bend like this. I'm going to keep it up straight like that, and then we'll come in, not touch the floor, go back out, and we're doing 10 of these on this side, trying to balance, keeping our arms open though. And we do have a little bit of balance stuff today, but it's a little different today. But anyways, we are trying to not touch that knee or that hand down on this one. 10 on one side, and then we will switch and do the same thing on the other side. And then we'll go through 10 over here, and just bringing them in, and then exhale and extending them out. You'll feel lots of work through the core, and in your butt, the leftover from Monday. So we will go through 10 and 10. And then you guys are going to stand yourselves back up to the top. Because the next one is standing. Yes, My calculations are correct. So the next one we're going into is a variation of a lunge. It's a lunge to kick. So this is another one where we're kind of tapping into that hamstring flexibility, kind of similar to those leg swings. We're going to step back into a lunge and then kick that opposite leg up, trying to get it straight. And you can send your opposite hand towards that toe just to help promote to get the leg a little bit higher. And we'll go through 10 of these per side. Most important is that this standing leg is straight. So if the standing leg is kind of bending weird like this, it's not so good. So we'll straighten it out. And if that means this leg does not come so high, that's completely fine. Okay, but more importantly is that standing leg. We want that one to be straight, but never locked out. Okay, that soft knee should be there the entire time. So we'll go through those 10 per side, 10 on the right, 10 on the left. And again, same with this one, just ease into it, see if eventually as you go through those 10, maybe you can slowly get your leg a little bit more straight, maybe kick it a little bit higher, whatever it is. Okay, so we will finish up on that one. As you guys come to an end, if you want to grab a quick sip of water, we should be feeling a little bit more warm than when we started. We are going to start you guys off with this balance focused exercise. Wednesdays, we've had a theme of working on stuff to do with our balancing, and we are going to continue that theme, but we're going to switch up what we're doing today slightly. We're still doing a variation of our single leg deadlift, which is the one where we stand on one leg and we hinge our hips and go through this deadlift. But today, you guys are going to do it in an overhead variation. So what we're going to do is hold something over our head, okay? So recently we've been working on like our eyes closed, our passing stuff with the eyes shut. Today we are going to keep our eyes open, but that option to close your eyes is always going to be on the table whenever we are working with balance, okay? So I want you guys to try this. We are gonna do it. We're gonna work off of a timer, so you don't have to worry about counting, just balancing, and then you will see. And if you feel like it is kind of easy and you do kind of want to challenge yourself more, shutting your eyes will do that, okay? But that is not required for today. It's my disclaimer. So what I'm going to do is use a dumbbell, and I'm also going to show you guys the band version. Whatever it is that you are holding in your hand, most importantly is that your arms stay straight, okay? And that we never actually see the object. Now, my hands are a little bit cut off here, but we are going to be straight like this. And if you already struggle with balance right off the bat, then you might want to start with just body weight, or maybe just holding like a light band over your head or something, rather than like a weighted dumbbell or a weighted object, okay? But what we're going to do, I'm going to have this timer running 30 seconds per side. You guys are going to complete 4 sets total of this one. Okay, we have 4 chances. 30 seconds, we're going back to back. There's no rest. Just the timer. I'm going to tell you when to switch because it's a running clock. And we are going to do our thing here and then start you off with our big old conditioning circuit, because we have one big circuit that we're going to do today for our workout. Okay, are you guys ready? Starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So whatever it is that you are holding over your head, and we're trying to keep those arms as straight as possible so that we never see that object. And again, the weight will influence how hard this is, okay? You might find the dumbbells too hard. Like you can't keep your arms straight, in which case you might want to grab your water bottle or maybe a towel, or again, maybe you just don't hold anything up there and you just hold your hands over your head, and then we'll go through and never seeing our arms or hands, because if we do, that means that they are dropping, which is not what we want on that one. So we'll go through this one and we will switch sides. Good timing. I look down and there it is. Okay, so we'll switch over to the other side, and then working with this side now for the 30 seconds. Maybe you got a couple extra seconds on the other side, that's okay. We'll even it out. So we'll try our best to do the exact same thing over on this side. And remember that you are going to have 3 more sets of this. So if you are feeling like you can't maintain this, and switch sides. Good job, you guys. So we're back to the first side. If you can't maintain those straight arms and the balance that is happening by us not touching this foot down, then I want you to do something so that you can do those things. So you put your weight down if you're holding the weight, or maybe just slow down a little bit more. and we will switch sides. Good job, you guys. Second set on the second side. So let's do it up nice and strong. Working with those straight arms. You got it going on. Okay. Nice work, you guys. 10 more seconds. All right. 3, 2, and switch sides. Third set. So we have 2 more to go here. So we're back to our first side. I'm trying to really grab the floor with our foot. Big toe, little toe, heel. Should be gripping the floor as tight as we can. Keep it going on this side. Nice job, you guys. Okay, so strong arms over the head. And if you feel like a dumbbell, whatever you're using, is too heavy, and it does not feel good, then put it down. Okay? Switch sides. Good job, you guys. Third set on the second side. Let's do it. All right. So I'll go through nice, slow, and controlled for another 10 seconds, which will lead us into our final set. Okay, so you guys have 1 more. And that starts in 3, 2, 1, and we'll switch back to the first side. This is it. So let's do it as strong as you can, trying to really tap into the balance, not touch the foot down, challenge ourselves. Okay, straighten up the arms a little bit more. You guys got it. And breathe. Sometimes it's really easy to like hold your breath when you do stuff like this. 10 more seconds left. All right, and switch sides. Good job, you guys. Okay, last side, last leg for this overhead single leg deadlift. I know this one kind of sounded quite simple, but it's way harder than it sounds. The overhead situation, especially if you are holding something, even if it's just a band or a towel up there. 10 more seconds, you guys. But you got this. Okay, know that this stuff that's really hard makes the other stuff easier. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job. Okay, so we are done that part. You guys can grab some water, walk it off. 4 minutes of balancing is done. So we're going to move on to the circuit for today, which is done off of a timer. So you guys are going to be working with 4 exercises, and they're going to be 60 seconds in duration. So we're going to do each one for 1 minute. When we're done all 4, we will have 1 minute of rest. Okay, so that's what's up for our circuit today. We're just going back to back between 4 exercises. The timer will beep you to switch between the 4, but there is no prescribed rest between these movements. Okay, so we really just have to hustle. All right, but we do get some rest at the end. When we're done all 4, we get 1 minute of straight up rest. Okay, where we're just going to be walking, breathing, resting, and doing all of that stuff. The kicker today, you guys, is that we are doing 5 sets total, okay, which I know is, 4 is like our number to be. Today we are doing 5, okay, so I really do want you to pace yourself. What we're going to do is consider the first set kind of like our warm-up set, our warm-up round. It's going to prepare us, our body, our minds, the whole thing to push ourselves really, really hard through those 4 sets after that first one, okay? But the first one, you can push yourself, of course, but we're still going to just be kind of warming up our body for these specific movements, because we've done a lot of warm-up stuff, but we haven't done, this kind of stuff, this jumping high-intensity stuff. And because we are going through 5 rounds total, I want those last 4, definitely the last 3, to be like as strong as you can. Okay, like all of it, like pushing yourself so hard. And in order to do that, we need you to be nice and warmed up. And that is going to start in this first round. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is explain these 4 movements. Okay, because there's no time in between on our timer for me to do so. So we're going to talk about them, and then we are going to do them, and then we'll have that 60 seconds of rest, and then complete our 4 rounds after that. So 5 sets total. Once we're done this circuit though, the good news is that you guys are done. Okay, we're going to finish with a nice stretch, and then you are free to go after this 5-set circuit. All right, so let's start off with this first movement, which is our 4 split jumps to 2 lunge jumps. So this one's in place. We're going to be going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay, so that's going to be your first one. 60 seconds, you guys. All right, so we're going to talk all about these ones. I'm going to give you options to make them harder, easier, high or low impact. Make the high impact a little bit more challenging. We will talk about this one, okay? But that is the first one, all right? Second one, we're down on the floor, and you guys are doing a lateral bear curl. So we did bear curls last day. We did them forward and backward. Today we're going to be traveling sideways or laterally in our bear curl. So we're going to get down, and I'm going to just be sideways so you guys can see what's going on in the body. We're back in that all-four position that we were in that bird dog. We're going to pop off the knees and then step our right foot and our left hand across, and then opposites. Across, and then opposites. And you can travel in the distance of your mat, or if you don't have that much room, or you don't want to travel that far, you just take as many steps as you want, okay? But that is the second one, all right? So some form of that bear crawl or off knee position. Woo, okay, third one, fast feet, in and out. So for this one, I like to put down some form of a reference point. I'm going to be using this here band. You can also use just like the edge of your mat, and we're going to be stepping our feet over and back, over top of the line. You guys remember this one? Yes? Okay, so we're going to be going with those quick feet over and back, trying to just connect with our feet, get the movement as quickly as we can. Okay, so that's third one. Yes. Last one is going to be our squat jacks. So this was one that was introduced to us last week. You guys are here. It is a variation of a squat jump and a jumping jack. So what we're going to do is get into a squat stance. We'll sit ourselves down and bring our arms up like so. And then we're going to jump and jack our feet in while sending our arms up. That's the last one. Okay, so once we're done that one, we will have that minute of rest. And then do it again. 5 sets. You ready? We're going to start this so we can get through it. So we're going to start off with the first one. We'll remind you of all those. 4 split jumps to 2 lunge jumps. You guys ready? I'm not. So just hold on. Just going to set our timer here. It's set with rest in it, which we do not have in this one. Okay. So take some deep breaths, you guys. Get yourself ready. Okay, we're going to start 5 seconds. Split jumps, lunge jumps. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Let's do it. First one, 60 seconds, 4 of them, followed by 2. If you're low impact, we'll go step forward and back, and then we will go into the 2 lunges, okay? So we'll go 4 times, and then 2 lunges. Let's do it. So I really like this one. I like the combination of the lunge jumps and the split jumps, mostly because the lunge jumps are really, really hard, especially when you do them just like only lunge jumps, and these split jumps kind of like break them up. So it makes both of these exercises feel a lot more manageable. You guys have 20 seconds left, and the other thing that I like is that you can make them really hard, and depending on how you want to make them hard. You can add more split jumps, you can add more lunge jumps if you want more leg work. If you want less leg work, you can just do the split jumps, okay? But you need to keep moving for 10 more seconds. All right, you guys, 3, 2, 1, and hustling down onto the floor for that lateral bear crawl. So we're going right into it, and the timer has already started. There's no rest. So if you don't have much room, you can just take a step to the side. We want to really connect our opposite limbs, so hand and foot. The opposite ones should be moving together. Stable core. We don't want too much of that turning or twisting in our hips. Whew, and you guys are doing your thing down here for 30 more seconds, okay? So again, when in doubt, just hold. You can even work with just a shoulder tap if it is feeling in the wrists, because we did a lot of wrist stuff yesterday too. And always go down onto your forearms if you need to. Hold it there. 15 seconds left though. You guys got this. Come on now. Good work, you guys. 3, 2, 1, and we'll stand up and come to the edge of our mat, and we're going to do those fast feet. So again, if you want to set up a band there, you can set it up. If you're low impact, you're simply just doing this like lighter. You're not kind of stomping the ground as hard, okay? So we'll just kind of take steps, but we still want to move quickly. If you're high impact, we're trying to move your feet, okay, as fast as you can. And this is one that, like, you really do have to pace yourself, but you also just want to think about maintaining, all right? Now remember what I was saying, this first set is your guys' kind of warm-up set, okay? So we're easing into these ones. We're preparing our body to push ourselves 4 more times. There you go. 10 more seconds left. Come on now. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, squat jacks. So we'll get into that squat stance. If you are low impact, we are simply squatting, and then you're going to tap your foot in while you send your arms up rather than jump them in like so. If you are jumping, that is. Okay. Let's go. So, pace yourself up, friends. You guys have a full minute of rest. After this 30 seconds, these squat jacks that you are doing right now. So we'll breathe through every single one of these. Think about exhaling as you go up. Trying to get at least 10 more in. Can you do 10 more? I think you can. Good work. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job, you guys. Okay, we are resting now for 60 seconds, and that's literally all you're doing. Okay, it's just resting. Now, what I would suggest you to do is keep moving. You can keep walking around your room that you're in, or wherever you are, the space that you have, or you can just do, a little in-place step. But that movement is going to help you overall just feel better. Okay, like I say oftentimes, your body doesn't like to just go and work really hard and then just stop. Okay, it does not like that. Your heart doesn't like it. Your brain doesn't like it. So by moving, you're going to allow your body to cool down and your heart rate to come down more effectively. And you're also going to just feel a little bit less lightheaded and nauseous. If that ever happens to you, okay, and you have 4 more sets, you have to do this. So keep in mind that I said this in these next 4 sets. They start in 5 seconds. Okay, you guys, so get ready. Split jumps, lunge jumps. Ready? And let's go. That was your beat. Let's do it. So we are starting our second set, going through these ones. So we've done these before, traveling sideways. You can do that too. If you guys want to do your ones where you go all the way to the end of the mat, do your 2 lunge jumps. I like that one too. It's a little bit more dynamic. There's a bit of movement into it, and I have to kind of think about it a bit more. But most importantly, if you are doing something along those lines to push yourself, 20 more seconds, 25 rather. So you guys are more than halfway there through this one. There it is. Okay, so we'll go through 10 more seconds. You guys got this. Three, 2, 1, and down you go into that lateral bear crawl. Let's do it. So hands and knees stacked up nicely. You've already started, okay, because the timer has already started. Your minute countdown is already on. So we'll try to work those opposite limbs. The goal of this bear crawl is to keep everything in your core and body as stable as possible. And if you can do that, if you can stop your hips from tilting, shifting, and you feel that wants to happen, if you can control that from happening, that's your core. It's working to do that. Because if you aren't controlling it, well then you're not activating anything in here to control it. But if you do, you're just gonna get that much more out of this one, which I want for you, which is why I'm always telling you guys to stabilize your hips anytime we're in this offbeat position. 10 seconds left, but especially when we're moving. And it's very hard to do in this lateral motion. So if you're feeling that way, you're not alone. And good job, you guys. Stand up. We're working with those fast feet in and out. A little bit of cha-cha in our feet. So we're trying to move those feet as quickly as possible, in and out, just clearing that line, whatever you guys are doing. And let's go. So this one, this one is such a funny one because it looks so simple, okay? You know, just like the feet over and back, and it can be, right? Like if you just kind of like do your thing, you're just kind of going slow, but it can also be so challenging and extremely exhausting. You really have to work it for yourself and push yourself in it, okay? So you have 20 seconds left here to achieve that feeling right now. Sometimes it's easier said than done, but you guys got this. 10 seconds left. We've had some practice with this one. So we'll try to really just get our feet moving a little bit quicker. 3, 2, 1. All right, final one, you guys. We have those squat jacks, so we'll get moving in them. Last one, and then we have this minute of rest. Woohoo! Little combo move, the jumping jack squat jump. So yeah, another way that we're kind of breaking up the squat jumps, because doing 1 minute of straight up squat jumps is just, it's a lot. Not just on your body, but sometimes on your brain. 30 seconds, you guys. Okay, but just try to move quickly, get as many of those squat jumps in as you can. With that little jump jack to break it up. 20 seconds, let's go. Let's go. Good work. Okay, let's go for 5 more. Yeah, let's do it. 3, 2, 1. And now you guys are resting for 65 seconds. Nice work. Okay. So we're breathing. All right. Resting. Hopefully you're feeling good. All right, so we have 3 more sets. Now this is where it is going to start to get serious because it's going to start to get tired if you are not already. So most important, I mean, besides doing each of these properly with proper technique, is maintaining them through the entire minute so that we're actually just working, doing something, moving through each round, each 60 seconds until we get to that minute-long break that we have, okay? Which just feels so nice right now. It's coming to an end in 15 seconds. You guys are going to start your 3rd round, okay? So we're going into our split jumps to lunge jumps. Take a deep breath. We're going to get this one done. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. So we got 4 of these guys, followed by 2 of these guys. So again, if you want to, if your legs are on fire, you're not going to make it, you could do 8 followed by 2. On the flip side, if you want more lunges, you want more leg work, you could do 4 down here instead of 2, okay? I don't know if anyone's going to do that, but the option is there, okay? So let's keep moving, doing something, making it manageable, but really challenging. For the time, 30 seconds that you guys have left. So you're halfway there. And this round is going to take you to the more than halfway point of the workout. So that's good news. 15 seconds. There you go. Good work, you guys. 3, 2, 1, and time into the next one. Get down there, bear crawl. You already know, okay? Don't take your time getting down there. You guys are starting right away. Let's do it. So we'll go those opposite steps, trying to stay nice and low, close to the floor. We want to just be hovering off of the floor with those knees. There you go, guys. Good job. More than happy. 30 seconds. Okay, So strong core. Same thing we did in that bird dog. We want to pull or draw our belly button into our spine. It's going to make us do a bit of that crunch. 10 seconds left. Yeah, you feel that. All right. Getting up for our fast feet right now. Let's go. Okay, so coming to your line or your imaginary line. All right. So in terms of your arms, eventually we can get the arms so that they are moving in this one. But if that messes you up, because I understand if it does, if it makes you kind of lose your coordination of your feet, forget the arms. You can just hold them in front of you like this, and then eventually you'll be able to add them in and get some movement going on in them. We need those feet stepping in and out as quickly as you can make them step in and out. So yeah, we're kind of tapping into that coordination and overall just like the speed that we have and the connection to our feet and our legs. Let's go. How fast can we go? 15 seconds, you guys. Let's do it. Okay, we want to feel so uncomfortable by the end of this. Okay, you're probably feeling that right now, but keep going. Keep doing it. 4, 3, 2, 1, and squat jacks. Let's go, you guys. This is it. Bringing us to the end of our third set. Yay! All right. Yes. Nice job, you guys. Okay. Squat jacking our way into our rest period. So we have 30 seconds left here for you guys to get these in. There you go. Okay, so breathing. 15 seconds left. Come on now. Okay, 2 more. 3, 2, 1, and rest for 60 seconds. Good job, you guys. Okay. So, walking, breathing, resting. Grab yourself some water. You're going to take this 45 seconds that we have left of this minute, and we are just going to rest. Okay, so again, you are most likely feeling pretty hot and heavy right now. All right, your heart's pumping, blood is flowing. All right, so keep in mind that the moving will help. Breathing, taking those nice deep breaths. We have 2 more sets, and then you guys are done. Okay, so we're going to finish up nice and strong with these final 2 sets. Treating them the same as we just did our last 2 sets, okay? We're trying to push ourselves equally as hard for these last 2. Are you ready for this? We start in 10 seconds. Back to our split jumps to lunge jumps. Take a deep breath, my friends. We are starting in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Let's do it. 4, 2, little thinking. Let's go. Okay, so second last time that you guys are here. Second last set of the workout. This is literally it, this one and the next one. So we want to make sure we're getting the most out of this set, the most out of this session, that we push ourselves here. Halfway, you guys. Let's go. Okay, so whatever you're doing right now, just keep doing it. Don't stop. Don't do the easier one. Okay, just pick the one that you have right now and just keep going on it. Whatever one it is. We need it for 10 more seconds. Come on now. 3, 2, 1, and get down there into the bear crawl. Nice job, you guys. Hands and knees. Let's go, popping off those knees, working this lateral bear crawl. All right, so pace yourself. If you did this one and you got through the first like 20, 30 seconds and then you actually had to stop, maybe just slow down a little bit. Take it a little bit slower. Don't, go so hard at the very beginning so that you do not have to stop. All right, you guys are more than halfway. We have 25 seconds down there. So try to really tap into those opposite limbs. A little brain game going on. 15 seconds left. Okay. Finishing strong down there. 3, 2, 1, and get up here and let's get going in those fast feet. So we're trying to get the body shaking. I always make a joke on this one. Your whole body should be, if you're not shaking all over, you're not doing it right. You should be feeling like your entire body is moving on this one. But we're also trying to draw the core in and get that stillness through your core and trunk. But move our legs and arms preferably as fast as you can. 30 seconds left, you guys. There you go. Good job. Okay, so keep going. 20 seconds. Just do this one more time. And then we pop down for the thing. Finishing strong. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and squat jacks. All right, final one, and then we have our rest. And then we have our last set. You guys are done. So we'll get going on these squat jacks. There you go. So the goal is 90 degrees, to get down in that squat down to our standard 90 degrees. But keep in mind, you can always, make that a little bit higher if you need to, depending on you. If your legs are exhausted, you're not going to make it sitting above 90 degrees. It's going to allow you to go faster, get more of these in without you having to stop because your legs are on so much fire. Okay? It also is going to work better for someone with pre-existing knee stuff. To sit that low between each one, you might just feel better not sitting that low. But the goal is 90. 10 seconds left. That distracted you a little. We'll get a few more of these in. We have our 60-second rest in 3, 2, 1. And now you guys rest for a minute. We have one more set, and then we are done. We're going to stretch, and then we are free to go. Woo! Okay. So, I'm going to stop you guys. Grab your some water. I just realized my timer is set 2 rounds too short. So I'm just going to press restart here when this 30 seconds is up. Start us a new one. Woo! Okay, so you're breathing. Taking those calming breaths. Drink your water. Okay, we have 20 seconds. We're going to do our final set, the last set. Okay, this is it. We start in 10 seconds. Okay, so I'm just going to reset this bad boy. Take some deep breaths, you guys. We are starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Let's do it. Split jumps and lunge jumps. Last set of them. Last set for today. Last set for the week. Let's do it. Strong finish to this big old circuit that we're doing today. You guys are almost there. It's the home stretch of this final set. But we always know these last rounds, these last sets are the most important, especially when we're doing this conditioning, this cardio work, because we are the most tired. We're the most exhausted right now. The time that you want to slow down, you want to stop, you want to rest. You have 20 more seconds. Okay, so just keep pushing yourself because you're going to have plenty of time to rest. We have some time left over in the class. So get the work now. Earn that rest. 10 seconds left. Let's go. Let's go. All right, one more. 3, 2, 1. And get down there and do your bear crawl thing. Let's go, you guys. 60 seconds. Last set of these lateral bear crawls. Let's go. Final round. Okay, so again, if you're really struggling with these ones, if you couldn't keep the hips still, if you couldn't really connect those opposite limbs, you can start with just a shoulder tap in that off knee position. And then eventually, once you get the shoulder tap mastered, you can lift opposite arm and leg. And then eventually you can add a step and some movement into it. Okay, but stretching on this last round. Ain't nobody touching their knees down. 20 seconds left, you guys. So when I go, just hold it there. Let's go. 10 more seconds. Breathing through this one. 3, 2, 1. And get on up here, you guys. Good job. Quick feet in and out. Let's go. You started right away because you were so excited to do this one. Because you know it is the second last one. So we'll try to move our feet a little bit faster on this final set. Okay, because you know you can. You know you probably have a little bit of energy stored, a little gas left in the tank. I want it all out right now. Because the more you can push yourself, the higher that you can get your heart rate right now, the more benefit you're going to get out of this workout. So the more we push it up here, the harder your body has to work and the fitter it's going to get from what you're doing. 20 seconds left, you guys, so let's go, okay? Sometimes it can be really hard to push ourselves, but just remember that that's why you're here, all right? 10 more seconds. Well, also because you probably wouldn't do this stuff on your own, but that's okay. Let's go. 3, 2, 1, and squat jacks, you guys. This is the final one. Last set, last exercise. Let's do it, you guys. Let's do it, my friends. We are so very close. We have this minute, and then we are going to have lots of minutes to just rest, and that's it. Stretch. Rest and stretch. All right, so let's go. Squat jacks. Yeah, your legs are on fire. Yeah, I know you want to stop, but just keep going. Try to exhale as you jump out of that squat, because that's the hard part, is when you're going up like that, having to jump out of the squat. So use your breath. 20 seconds left, you guys. Okay, regardless if you are jumping or you're low impact, just push yourself right now, all right? Last chance to do so as well. You have 10 seconds left here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job, you guys. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now, because you guys are done, is I'm going to set this clock for 2 whole minutes where all we are doing is just resting, okay? So for the next 2 minutes, which I press start on, we are just going to rest. And I put this on the clock here. I mean, we'll have more time than just 2 minutes to rest and recover, but that's literally all I want you to do right now, okay? Is just walk around this space that you have, even if it's not a lot of space like this, okay? Or if you don't have any space, just, the length of your mat, whatever it is, and just breathe, okay? Take those nice, deep, calming breaths, send the air into your tummy, try to just calm your body down and let your heart rate come down. Something, a way to gauge our fitness levels and how fit we are is our recovery rate and how quickly it takes us to come back to that normal, can have a conversation level. And so we want to focus on that and try to do that as effectively and efficiently as possible. And the walking and those deep breaths and you just, not doing anything else, all of those things together are gonna help you guys just, recover faster, which is the goal, okay? It is what we want, is we want you to be able to recover faster. That tells us that we are getting more fit and our body is getting stronger in the cardio system. So you should be feeling, a little bit better. You're most likely feeling quite work still. Our timer has about 30 seconds left where we're just going to continue resting. We're finishing off today's class with a couple of specific stretches. The first one is that extended or more active style hamstring stretch. Hamstring stretch, that was hard to say. So for this one, I'm going to be using this towel. You guys can also use a band, and if you don't have any of the above, you don't actually need anything. You can just use your hands, that's okay. But it is more comfortable to do this with something to hold in your hands. So this time I'm just going to stop it before my alarm goes off because it's kind of loading, but it's 2 minutes is up. So if you guys need some more time right now, if you're still feeling like super, hot and heavy, like you are not bueno and you cannot hold down a conversation because you are breathing so heavy, then take some more time, all right? And, just keep moving, keep resting. When you feel ready, you can come and join us down here. But, yeah, you should be feeling a little bit more little bit more close to normal. So we're gonna have two stretches that you guys, that I would highly suggest that you do, so much that we are gonna do them together. The first one is for the hamstrings, and it is kind of, we're going to do a bit of a test, and then stretch and see where we're at after that. So first thing is laying down on our back. Again, if you're choosing to use like a towel, or you can use a band, I keep pointing over there because I have that long orange band of mine, you can grab that. What we're going to do is take whatever we're using and just loop it around the toe of that foot. So the first thing is a test. We're just going to straighten out the leg, keeping both of our hips on the floor. This opposite leg is bent up, and then you can just relax your arms. And if you're using something or not, it doesn't really matter, because you know, if you're, depending on how straight you can get your leg, you might not be able to use this, okay? So first off, just straighten out that leg and see where it ends up. So get it straight, and then try to bring it in as close as you can, and as soon as it kind of gets a little shaky and wants to bend, we're stopping, and that's where we want to be. So for me, that's like here, I'm feeling quite tight in those hamstrings. So this towel actually is not gonna work for me, because if I have it around, it's too short, and now I'm stretching too much. So what I'm going to do instead is what you will do if you don't have a towel or a band or something like that, and just hold this lower part of our leg while keeping the leg straight. Okay, you don't have to be necessarily completely like locked out, but straight, and then we'll just pull it in and hold it here for about 30 seconds, seeing if we can exhale and kind of relax and make that a little bit deeper, okay, through the 30 seconds, which is started. I'm a running clock going for you guys. So we'll hold it here, again, pulling in that leg somewhere where it's comfortable and not causing too much stretch. If you want a little bit more, you can point your toes down to your face, and you'll feel that stretch increase. Okay, so we'll hold this here. All right, and so we'll relax this one. We're just doing a quick first one here, 30 seconds, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Now you might have one side that's like a lot tighter than the other. Most of us do, and you won't really know until we try. So lift up that leg and see where it ends up. And for me, it's about the same. It feels kind of tight, but they both feel kind of tight. And then we're gonna hold this again 30 seconds for the first one here, trying to keep the leg straight. Okay, wherever we end up. So we'll take a couple more deep breaths. And then we'll relax this leg. Okay, so what we're going to do now that we kind of have warmed, got the hamstrings kind of a little bit stretched out to begin with, is we are sitting up into this position, and we're going to be working with an active hamstring stretch. Now, before we have done, sorry, my nose is so itchy, so dusty down here. We've been doing like the concrete, there's been some concrete dusting, it's everywhere. Okay, so we are going to do an active hamstring stretch, one side at a time. We're just doing one set of this one, and it's going to give you a more active stretch through your hamstrings as well as your lower back. And when I say active, I mean like we're going to be using our muscles on our body to actively stretch those hamstrings and low back muscles. So you can start with whatever side you want. We're going to bend in the leg into this like runner style stretch. If you have sensitive knees, you just make that bend a little bit bigger. And then we will sit up nice and tall here, trying to keep our back flat. We'll lean forward until we feel tension in the hamstring. So not necessarily in the back, you should feel the tension in the hamstring. And then what we're going to do is hold this here, and for 10 seconds, we're going to think about pushing our entire bottom of this leg down into the floor. So the heel, the back of the knee, everything is going to push down into the floor, which should make you feel that stretch a lot more. And then we're going to relax. So let's start with that hold. So we'll exhale and we'll push down, and you should feel almost like the top of the leg kind of straighten out a little bit, and we'll stay in that forward position, and we'll hold this here for 10 seconds. And do whatever you want with your arms. We're holding for 10 seconds, and then now we will take a big inhale, And then exhale and see if we can just lean a little bit more forward over that leg. And we're going to do that 2 more times. You can inhale and then exhale and push that leg down. And you'll feel it gets very tight in the back of the leg, kind of uncomfortable. And then we'll inhale and then exhale and relax and see if we can lean a little bit more forward. And in theory, you should be able to keep that flat back and eventually be able to lean over more after doing this a few times. So we'll do that 3 times total, where again, we're holding down for about 10 seconds. And then exhaling and leaning over that leg. Okay, so by the end of that, we should be feeling a little bit more loose in the back of that leg. We'll switch and do the same thing on the other side. So nice and tall till you feel tension. We'll push the entire bottom of the leg down. Hold that for 10 seconds. Inhale, and then you'll exhale and lean over that leg. Now, anytime we're doing any kind of stretching, I always stress that it should not be painful. You should just feel tension. There's no benefit in you stretching and being like, oh, it hurts so much. That's not doing you any good. It should not hurt. We just want to feel that tension and then even like ease off a little bit. It shouldn't be painful tension, just that tense muscle feeling. Because as we hold, you'll feel the muscle stretch and it'll get more comfortable and we'll be able to kind of ease into that stretch more, kind of like what you're doing here, which hopefully you're still following along with that 10 and then the exhale. But that goes for all stretches. We don't want to just, force the stretch. We want to work with whatever length and whatever flexibility and mobility that we have, and then just try to improve that throughout that hold, that duration, that 30 seconds or 60 seconds in most of our cases. Okay, so hopefully that felt good. All right, you should be feeling a little bit looser through the back of your legs, maybe a little bit of an opening through your low back. The last one that we are going to do is for your hip flexors. Probably saw that coming. So we'll flip you guys over onto your knees, this half kneeling position. We'll take that nice strong pelvic tilt. So we want that pelvis kind of tilted under this way, which should feel right here. Now we're going to do this something similar thing, not the same thing, but similar, where we'll activate this glute. I want you to squeeze your butt as hard as you can. And when you squeeze your butt, you're going to feel a big old opening happening in the front. And we'll hold that for 10 seconds. Okay, stretch, stretch, stretch. Take a big inhale, and then exhale, and you can release that glute, and then send that arm over your head, and you're going to get a nice opening stretch through that hip. We'll hold that here for 10 seconds. And then we'll bring it back down and we'll tighten up that glute. Second set, we'll do 3 of these where we squeeze the butt, which is opening up this because we're tightening this and the opposite muscles getting stretched, which is your hip in the front. 10 seconds. And then we'll release the butt and reach that arm over, which is going to give us a bit of a different but similar stretch. Same muscles, but just feels a little different. Okay, so we'll go through 1 more of those. Again, relaxing the arm, squeezing the butt, like with the muscles, not with your hand. And then we'll hold, and you can relax and go into that 10-second overhead hold. Now, I did not mention, but I was holding on over here the entire time. And my kneecaps didn't like that, so I'm going to flip this mat over for my second side. So as you guys come to an end, we are going to switch and do the same thing on the other side, which is going to take us to the end. So we'll go back into that pelvic tilt and squeeze the butt. Hold for 10 seconds. Big inhale, and then you can exhale, release the butt, and then we'll reach the arm up. So just because we release the glute, we want to still keep that pelvic tilt. We don't want to allow the pelvis to kind of go back like that. We want to keep it tucked under like this. And then again, you can relax your arm, activate the glute. This is also a good practice for your glute activation. You're squeezing of your butt. Okay, we'll release the glute, reach over the head, So we'll go through one more after this. One last set of this one. All right, so this is definitely one to add to your toolbox. If you're ever feeling tight in your hips, this active style stretching really helps loosen that up. Also the low back, the combination of that hamstring one we did, and then this hip flexor one, those two really do tend to get quite tight and jacked up, the hamstrings and the hip flexors. And so it's kind of like a double whammy to help us loosen up our low back and our hips and all of that. Okay, you guys are done with me. Thank you so much. Anything else that you guys want to stretch? Please feel free to do it now because it is the perfect time because you are nice and warm. So we did a lot of stretching for the legs and the hips. If you want to do some upper body, some chest and shoulders, or maybe your calves, because we did do quite a bit of jumping around. You guys can do whatever you want now because you are done with me and free to go. So thank you so much for another amazing Wednesday full body workout and another amazing workout period. You guys rock, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, my friends. Bye.